You may want to have one block with you today, but it's not necessary. Have enough room to spread out, a nice quiet space, comfy clothes, and that's it. Go get ready, and I'll see you on the mat. I invite you today to use this affirmation throughout your practice. I release all anxiety and fear. Welcome, and let's start on our backs today. Just have your block close by for later use. Roll carefully all the way down, knees bent and feet planted on the floor. Relax your shoulders down and back, and I would invite you to close your eyes. Just start out by softly breathing in and out on your own, at your own pace and rhythm. And then we'll do a round or two of square breathing. Take a breath in. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And pause. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And breathe on your own. And now if you have that block, pillow, or rolled blanket that you'd like to use, bring that closer to you and lift the hips just enough to place that underneath your hips. Keeping the feet grounded on the floor, allow your chest and your shoulders to rest back and bring one knee into your chest. Now you could stay right here, or if you like, you could straighten out that opposite leg as much or as little as you like, allowing a nice hip flexor stretch on one side and the glutes on the opposite. Be careful you're not gripping tightly, but have a loose grip in the hands and allow the shoulders to rest down and on the mat. Your eyes could be open or closed, and maybe you repeat that affirmation to yourself. I release all anxiety and fear. Bend that straightened leg and plant that foot on the floor again. And then release the other leg and bring that leg down. Now bring the right leg or the opposite leg into your chest. And again, you could hold here with a bent knee, or if you like, you could straighten that leg out. Relaxing the shoulders down and back. Relaxing your hip and your glutes. Bend that extended leg and plant that foot on the mat again. And then allow the other knee to be released and plant that foot down as well. Keeping the hips on the block or your pillow, bring your knees up to your chest and then straighten the legs up for waterfall pose. Your hands are just rested by your sides. Palms can be up or palms can be down. I would invite you to close your eyes. Focus on your breath again. Release all anxiety and fear with each long exhale. Bend your knees and bring your feet back down and on the mat. Press into your feet and lift your hips just enough to remove the block and carefully roll the bottom all the way down into the mat again, setting your block or your pillow aside. Bring both knees into your chest. And from here, bring your knees to the sides of your chest, opening the legs wide. Flex the ankles and press the bottoms of your feet towards the ceiling. You could reach up and hold the outside blade of the foot or the inside arch of the foot, whichever feels most comfortable for you today. And just allow the knees to sink down towards the mat on either side of the body. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck, your face, and your jaw. Release your happy baby and just let your heels fall towards your bottom for a moment. And then allow the feet to come all the way down to the floor. And then we'll carefully roll to the side and up to our hands and knees for a table pose. Placing your knees directly under your hips and wrists directly under your shoulders. Tuck your chin to chest, round your back up, tuck the hips under for cat pose. And then drop the belly down and open the chest and push away for your cow pose. Drop the chin down, round the back for cat. And then drop the belly down and open the chest for your cow. Then come to a neutral spine, tuck the toes behind you, and press up and back for downward facing dog. Think about a string pulling the hips up and towards the ceiling. Fingertips are wide and you're pressing through the palms and the hands. Maybe you pedal the feet a little bit, one then the other. Getting the calves ready for a nice stretch, and then press both heels back and down. Take your gaze to look up between the hands and then walk your feet, taking as many steps as you like to bring your feet up behind your hands for forward fold. Just relaxing down and forward, keeping as much bend in the knee or as little as you need, but make sure that you're keeping them soft. You could also use a block here if it's more comfortable for you to do that. Just allow enough stretch and enough relaxation for you. Maybe you even release the floor and grab the elbows for a ragdoll pose. And swaying back and forth in whatever way feels good for you. Just activating that part of the nervous system that tells everything to let go. And reach back down to the floor. Come to a halfway lift and flatten out the back, and then forward fold again. Bend your knees generously and come all the way up to mountain or Tadasana. Ground your feet in all four corners into the mat and take a deep breath in and reach your arms up overhead. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra or prayer hands and bring your hands to heart. Hands by your sides again, mountain, ground. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your arms back up overhead again. This time, lean over to the right side, keeping the feet grounded and centered. Inhale as you come to the center and exhale to the opposite side. Inhale to the center, hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. And follow that through with a forward fold. Tuck your chin to chest. Soften the knees and fold forward. And then come up just a bit, maybe to your fingertips, to give yourself room to step back with that right leg for a low lunge. Chest is up and open. Take a couple of breaths here, in and out. Then grounding into the hands, palms down so that you can step that left foot back to plank, chaturanga. Lower the chest down, untuck the toes, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, lower the chest again, tuck the toes, and downward facing dog. You can always come to table first and then down dog. Take your gaze to between your hands and walk your feet back up to your hands. Forward fold, halfway lift, and forward fold. Roll all the way up to Tadasana. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale over to the left. Inhale, center, hands together, hands to heart, and roll to your forward fold. Soften your knees, halfway lift, nice flat back. Forward fold again. Give yourself room to step back with that left leg for your low lunge, keeping the chest up and high. Press into the hands, grounding your hands. Step back with that right leg to plank. Chaturanga. Lower the chest down, untuck the toes, cobra or baby cobra. Lower down. And this time, press back into your child's pose. Knees are nice and wide, big toes together, bottom to your heels. Stretch your arms out over your head and let your chest fall and your belly fall between the thighs. Resting your forehead on the floor. Eyes may be closed, letting your brain know that you are safe. With each exhale, feel the body release any anxiety, release any stress. Start to lift your head and bring your arms up under your shoulders and lift your hips so that they're back under your knees for table again. And from table this time, we'll take the left arm and scoop it underneath the right shoulder for thread the needle. You could reach up with that right hand overhead and stay right there if you like. You could also bring that right arm behind the small of your back and rest it there. Your neck is relaxed. Your knees are both on the mat and your hips are parallel to the floor. Start to bring that right hand back under your shoulder and press back up to your table. Now take the right hand, thread underneath the left shoulder, dropping down to the right shoulder and reaching the left arm up and overhead. Keeping your hips squared to the floor. You could also bring that right hand up and behind the small of your back if you like. Now place that left hand under your shoulder and press back up to your table. Then walk your hands forward and allow the hips to sink down and into the mat. Place your forearms on the mat, hands down, elbows under your shoulders, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Think about lengthening your spine, spreading the vertebrae apart as your head reaches up diagonally towards the ceiling. Breathing in and exhale out. You could always walk the elbows a little forward if you need to decrease that arch in the back. Now bring your hands to the center of your mat and lower and rest your head on the pillow of your hands. Gently open your eyes if they're closed and press yourself back up again. This time we'll turn over to our backs. So carefully turn over and lower your back all the way down and on the mat. Keep your knees bent. Once you're settled, bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to fall out to the sides. And I would invite you to turn the palms up. Relax the shoulders down and back on the mat. And then maybe, if it's comfortable for you, close the eyes. Focus on your breath. Anxiety and stress. It not only affects our minds, but it affects our bodies. Our bodies tense up, they tighten up. Now focus on your breath and extend your exhale longer than your inhale. And notice how this changes the body. How with these long exhales, you can feel the body release and relax. And whatever availability of time you have today, you could stay here as long as you like. But place your hands on the sides of your knees and bring your knees back up to the center, and maybe you straighten the legs out for a traditional Shavasana. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this practice has helped you feel a sense of mindfulness and inner peace. And if it has, let me know in the comments. I'd love for you to subscribe and press that like button. With that, in closing, bring yourself back to a seated position, hands to heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Peace be with you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.